Howdy. Been testing out this deck for the new format after Darkwing Blast. Been having a lot of fun with it and just wanted to show it off. It's Naturia Therion. Just really like the look of these Therion cards and want to find a good home for them. And this is what I've come up with. Going through the deck, some of these newer Naturia cards. We got Mole Cricket here. It's like a Lone Fire Blossom for Naturia. As a quick effect during either player's main phase, you can tribute it, and then summon Naturia from deck. If your opponent does control a monster, and that monster happens to have the highest attack on the field, you can summon two Naturias instead. In addition, if it's in your graveyards and your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck, or if you summon a Naturia from your extra deck, it can just summon itself for free. No strings attached, no stipulations, you just get it back. The other new monster is Camellia. On normal or special summon, it can send any Naturia card from deck to grave. And if you attribute a Naturia monster to activate an effect, you're able to delete it from the deck, apparently. Alright, well, that's been fixed. Back to what this card actually does. So, on summon, sends a Naturia from deck to grave. If you attribute a monster to activate a Naturia monster's effect, you can send the top two cards from deck to graveyard instead. And finally, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can summon one Naturia from the graveyards. Could be any Naturia. That goes really well in combination with Sunflower here. They contribute itself and another Naturia to negate a monster effects. So with Camellia on field, that becomes Mill 2 instead of Tribute 2. And it is not a once per turn, so you get multiple negates off of this. There's also Naturia Cosmo Beats. This is a level 2 tuner. For the Furions, we got the big man Regulus for his negates, and Lily to just get access to the engine and get your play started. Most of the Naturias are plants, and you do want them in the graveyard, so that has a pretty good synergy there. The final new Naturia card, and definitely the best of the bunch, is the new quick play spell Spring Breeze. It has free effects on activation. You can either summon a Naturia from hand or grave. It does not target what you're summoning. So if they have DD Crow or Called by the Grave, they can't really use it in response to prevent you from summoning. The other two effects are you can immediately Synchro Summon using Naturia you control as material, and you can also immediately Fusion Summon using Naturias as material. There's also Therion Disc Coliseum. Searches of Therion gets you into that package. It also can protect any monster from being destroyed in battle, which will help you keep these little Naturias alive. Your opponent can't just beat over them. Free Dark Ruler, because it's just really good this format. Free Foolish Burial Goods, for something we'll see later on. Free Pot of Prosperity, just helps us get those one-of pieces we need. Two Super Poly, it's like Twin Twister but for monsters. Two Twin Twister, it's like Twin Twister but for spells and traps. We got Endless Engine, you can send it off to Coliseum to protect your little guys. It also gives the Therion package some recursion. Called by because it's called by. Feather Duster because it's Feather Duster. One for one because Mole Cricket is a level 1. One Terraforming just to do some searching for that field spell. Free Sacred Tree. When it hits the graveyard in any way, you get to add a Naturia card from deck to hand, aside from another copy of itself. It is a if, not a when, and it is mandatory, which means it will never miss timing, which is really nice. On field, it has another effect as well, where you can tag out any insect for a plant, and any plants for a insect, which can help you get some of your lockdowns into play. Final main deck card is Therion Cross. It's a searchable negation trap you can get off of Lily. It's also very satisfying. Just imagine Regulus punching whatever it's negating. Very fun. And we got our Super Poly targets. We got Absolute Hercules. This is a funny one. Gaia's Trio. It's a Naturia. May as well play it. 2x Stereo because we can actually make it. Venom for Darks, Dracostapelia for Darks, Ignister for Cybers, Garula for every Fiend, Muddragon for every Fiend. As far as our Synchro lineup goes, Final Sigma is very hard for Flu 1 to out. It can also help push for game. Psychic and Punisher, very good for pushing for game, getting over big beaters you couldn't normally get through. Barone is Barone, level 10, so you can make it off Cosmo Beat and any of the Therions. Barkion, Nat Beast, and Lancelot. I'm really liking Lancelot in this list. It's an Omni Negate, it can hit directly, it can pop cards. Its only two downsides are it's very little, it's easy to beat over, which is mitigated with the Therion field spell, and it is a mandatory negate, meaning your opponent can kind of bait it out easily because you're forced to negate the first thing they do. But other than that, that's the list, and I'll skedaddle on out of here and get some replays going. little thing I forgot. I did take this guy out of final draft, but I was still playing him in some of those games. Antdraw is actually still really strong. Non once per turn, whenever your opponent special summons, you can just summon a level 3 Adobe Naturia from deck. So it's kind of like if you don't have enough resources to set up Sunflower and Camellia, you can just tag into this and he can keep on getting more copies of Sunflower, Mole Cricket, and Cosmo B distribute fodder. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching and have a good afternoon, evening, morning, dawn, dusk, nights, whatever it be.